Hey, it's Heather here. I just woke up. Dang on, I don't know if I should go ahead and do a video now or not, or if I should wait till later, but I guess I'm doing this one now. Whether I'll upload it or not, we'll see. But it's like I'm just sitting here and it's like I have nobody to talk to. And it's like that's one of the biggest things that got robbed from me is my daughter has ADHD. She's also a Gemini. She talks incessantly sometimes, most of the time, to be honest. And then with each year that she got older, smarter, wiser, learned more words, she would talk even more. And so I had somebody constantly distracting my mind from practically a majority of things and taking my time and my space, if you will, throughout the day with long-winded conversations, even though there at the last few years it was mostly about this friggin' bully at school. But occasionally I could actually steer her onto a topic like her favorite movie and why, or her favorite colors and why, or her favorite school subject, or stuff like that. But it's like, I feel like I'm dying on the inside right about now. For so many reasons. The biggest reason is that I don't have anybody. The biggest reason is that everybody's against me. The biggest reason is that, psychologically speaking, I know how insane that sounds, but then again, not. If you are anybody who is of the world and of this generation, you know that there's probably not anybody that you can fucking trust, because everybody's just so self-absorbed and wrapped up in themselves and their own perception of things, and that's all that they see, and they don't see anybody else suffering, and they don't understand what other people are going through, and everybody's all up on that fucking greed bug and that selfishness and the whole you gotta figure things out by yourself, which is really very difficult for me because I still get in trouble, I guess is the best way to word it. I mean, that's why my kid got taken from me. It's not because of what I did in October. It's not because of the belt incident. The reason my kid got taken from me in December is because in December I gave my parents the leeway, if you will, to think that they could step in and take custody of my kid by sending her over there while I was in a fit, I guess you'd say, of rage. I was just very angry. I didn't want to argue with her, I just didn't want to argue. I don't like sitting and arguing back and forth for hours on end, and I'm right and you're wrong, and you need to listen and this and that and everything. So I just called my parents and I sabotaged myself like the scapegoated child that I am, which is what they love for me to do, which is what I keep doing to my damn self because I don't know what else to do. And it's like, oh, stand on your own 2 feet. And when your very survival is threatened still to this day for standing on your feet, because that's exactly what happened with my daughter being taken from me. It was like, oh, you're going to have independence from us? Oh, no, I don't think so. Oh, you're going to take your kid and actually be a mother to her completely and totally by yourself? No, we're not having that. That's my parents, We're still the grandparents. We still need to see her weekly, at least 2 and 3 times a week, because we're the grandparents and we have grandparents' rights. And if you try to take her from us, we're going to get you for grandparents' rights. I mean, I've been hearing this shit since my kid was 2. From my fucking dad and my mom. But mainly my dad has been the enforcer of the scare tactics. And then the courts granting them temporary custody just proved pretty much that yes, I should listen to my mommy and daddy's scare tactics when I'm 30 years old. I mean, I'm sitting here right now and I am so just lost because there is no safety net anywhere. There's nobody that I can trust. Everything is a risk. Everything. If I leave the house and my pets are here, that is a risk because I'm living with my grandmother, which is the mother to my father, to my dad, who killed my dog when I gave birth to my daughter because he was mad that I had a kid, who has antifreeze poisoned many of my pets. And if I leave here, how do I know that he's not going to come by? She's not going to call him. How do I even trust her enough to even let my pets go in the living room by themselves with just my grandmother who raised this psychopath or whatever he is of my dad? How do I do that? And then, okay, Heather, well, why did you leave your apartment? You know, a lot of people would ask that. Heather, why did you leave your apartment? Because when you're getting bullied by the same situation, the same scenario, oh, I'm going to get you for the floor. You're going to have to pay for the floor. You know, you have no safety. You have no safety. I had no safety, no sense of security at my apartment because my landlord took that from me. She took that from me year after year, day after day, month after month, however you want to word it. But each time she said something to me that I knew wasn't right, like, oh, there's something dead in the ceiling. Well, that's not my problem. Oh, the water heater. Oh, our first maintenance person that came out or whatever, the first maintenance people that she ever had there over the water heater. They told her flat out that the water heater was going to have to be replaced. That water heater leaked, I know, at least 4 or 5 times during the whole entire fucking time that I was there. And I would call and I would tell her about it. And she'd say, well, are you sure it ain't the toilet? And I'd have to go through the whole, no, it's not the toilet. And then and she's like, are you sure one of your animals didn't pee? And then I'd have to go through all that. And are you sure this? Are you sure that? And sure enough, she'd come out and the water heater was leaking. And she would be like, oh, it's because of the valve. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. Oh, it's because of this. And then finally, there at the last, they replaced it. She replaced it as I was living there, finally. At the very last, me living there. I mean, just shit like that. And then, you know, the whole, oh, I love pets. I love animals. I love them so much. That's the way my landlord was. I love them, love them, love them, just like my grandmother. She loves Tiger. Let's put them all on Tiger, okay? My landlord loved Tiger. He was a sweet cat, a sweet boy, and she loves animals and adores them all, you know, and just love, 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 love. Okay? The cat was out on the porch for the first few months that I had him. That way he couldn't infect my cat with whatever it is that he has. He has some type of upper respiratory lifelong infection that he's always going to have, and it's never going to go away. So I had him out on the porch. And he eventually, even though he's one-eyed, he eventually learned to climb off the porch. And so he'd climb off the porch, and he'd get in the grass. And he'd chase grasshoppers and run around, but he always stayed in the yard. And I'd watch him. I'd go out. God, I'd get so tickled. I'd go out and I'd watch him, and he'd just hunker down like a cat, you know, stalking its prey and jump around after these grasshoppers and stuff. He fucking adored it. But then, the landlord's sister that lives on the property had a cat that was outdoors that they would feed. And so my cat would eat the food that was left out after that cat would go away or whatever. Because Tiger is, I mean, that cat can eat. I swear, you could probably put a whole damn 16-pound bag of cat food in front of him and he'd eat it till he died. But then again, his quality of life hasn't always been that great, so I guess he's overeater. But, anyways. Hold on, my nose. And my eye. I swear if I got fucking pink eye again. That's one thing I worry about. Sidetracked is getting pink eye again here. Because last time I had it for like 6 weeks. And it made me lose my 2015 vision and go down to regular 2020. And then I felt like I was blind forever because of it. And my grandmother just kept, it's allergies, it's allergies, it's allergies, until I'm sitting there and my eyes were literally fucking raw from me scratching them all the goddamn time. And then me not having any insurance, not getting to a doctor, nobody giving a shit. And I sat here and I panic about that in the back of my mind. And I'm like, I'm going to end up going fucking blind if I end up getting damn pink eye here again. Fuck. But anyways, at least that's what my mind tells me. I sit there and I try to be like, no, I do have somebody that might care enough to take me to the doctor if I need a ride as of right now until I get a vehicle of my own. And yeah, But back to the whole tiger situation with the landlord. So the landlord writes me and is like, hey, your cat's eating our cat food for our cat. You need to do something with it, is what she says to me. Okay, I need to do something with him. So I'm asking, and I ask her, I'm like, well, what time does your cat get fed? Because during the time that your cat gets fed, your cat gets fed at 8 a.m. or whatever, then I'll go pick Tiger up from 7:30 a.m. and keep him until 11 a.m. in the crate, and then I'll let him back out. I think that's reasonable. I thought it was. Apparently, that was the worst idea ever. Worst thing I could have ever done to anybody. I might as well have asked the landlord if I could cut her hand off, is the way that she treated me. So then she's like, well, I don't even know what time my sister feeds the cats. Okay. So then I go and I talk to her sister and I asked her sister, what time do you feed the cats? Just whenever I can. Okay, well, you know that we've had a problem with Tiger eating your cat food. Yeah, and you need to do something about that. Okay, that's why I'm talking to you, is I'm trying to work something out, because this cat has an infection that he could end up passing to my indoor cat, so I don't want him indoors passing it to my cat. Oh God, he has an infection. Has he passed it to my cat? No, because they're outdoors. They're not in an enclosed environment where they're sharing litter boxes. And even though, yes, he is eating from her food bowl, he's not sitting there drooling on the food with her, eating it with her, and all this other stuff. So no, he's not passing it to her. But I'm talking about if he was confined in the house with my cat and they're using the same litter box especially, then eventually my cat would end up developing and having this same upper respiratory infection thing or whatever. Okay, what about it? Well, I was wondering what time you feed the cat. Just whenever. Do you have a specific time? Do you feed it in the mornings, in the afternoons, at night, after work? Around what time do you feed it? Because I'm thinking, hell, I can even keep him in for a third of a goddamn day. I can keep him in for, hell, I can keep him in for 10 fucking hours even. Just give me an idea when the hell you feed your cat. And she couldn't even do that. She's like, oh, I just feed our cat whenever. I just feed the cat out here whenever. So then, she was feeding him in the mornings. So I was keeping him in. Because I was just watching her. I just started watching her. I was like, she has to have a regular time that she feeds her cat. She has to. And I guess she was out of work at that point in time. I don't know. But I know I was, because I sat out on the porch. I'd go out and sit like at 8 a.m. and sit out there all friggin' day, and I'd see her feed her cat kind of in the a.m. or afternoon hours, and I thought, okay, she just don't realize that she has a set time that she feeds her cat. So I started bringing Tiger in around those times. Didn't hear any complaint for like a week or two. And then all of a sudden, one day, I took him in probably 6 that morning. That's right, because I was sick. I took him in at like 6 that morning and put him in the cage because I got my kid on the bus. And I went ahead and put him in the cage. That way I wouldn't have to get up later and get him. And so it's going to be a short day for him, or a long day inside in the crate. And then I let him out like in the afternoon hours. I think I let him out about 2 p.m. I'm not certain. But anyways, I let him out in the afternoon hours. Because usually her cat would be done eating around 12, 1 o'clock, something like that. So I let him out at like 2, I believe, or something like that. And I'm laying there sleeping, trying to sleep the last little bit before my kid gets home. And the only reason I got up to let him out is because he was meowing. He was wanting out, And I thought, well, it is past your normal time. I'm usually been letting you out about 1 or whatever. So I'll let you out now, and I'll let him out. And I'm laying there trying to sleep because, like I said, I was sick. I had a head cold. 45 minutes into me laying there, I get a text message. I'm sitting here seeing the same. Your cat's eating my cat's cat food. I thought you was going to do something about this. And this is a message from the landlord herself. So then I get up and I go and see and I go and get him and I apologize. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just keep him inside all the time. So I took and put him in a crate, and that's where he lived the rest of his life. For up until we moved here. Oh my God. Damn it. So, anyways, so that's what I did. I kept him in a crate. Well, then, the landlord, just like she called my family and told my parents, who told my daughter, that I'm going to be arrested and that police are going to come and get the animals, and if the animals try to bite them, that they're going to shoot them in the head and kill them, and all that shit that she stirred up and everything during the process of me just trying to just move my shit out of the apartment. Never told her I was moving out. In all honesty, wasn't fucking thinking about it. But no, she wanted to act like an asshole. So be it. But any goddamn ways, I'm living there all that time. The landlord, the maintenance people, they're also talking to my parents. My parents, the lies that they're telling the attorneys, I guess, and the people at court and anybody that'll listen, and even my own fucking grandmother. Everybody's sitting here talking about how neglectful I am towards animals, especially poor little Tiger who has to live in a fucking crate. Now, this cat was originally my mother's, and my dad kicked it out, and my dad took it to his plant where he worked, threw it outside. My daughter got upset. We went looking for the cat. We found it in a fucking drainage ditch, meowing, just sitting there, with water running up under it. And, I mean, that's where the fuck it was at. My dad kicked it out. My dad didn't want it no more. He didn't want my mom to have it. So we took the cat in. Me and my daughter did. Everybody's sitting there, what a horrible person I am, and how neglectful I am of animals, yet none of these people are willing to take him. I had offered him to my landlord. I offered him to the maintenance people once. Granted, not a lot. I offered him to the landlord at least twice, if not 3 times. I offered him back to my mom and dad several times. I even told them flat out, come get your cat. Come get your cat. I'm sick of him meowing. I'm sick of him not having any quality of life. All he does is live in a fucking crate. You need to come get your damn cat. This was your cat before he was mine. And that's a funny thing, too. My mom wants to sit there in fucking court about my daughter and be like, she told us to come get her. I did. I was mad. I was upset. I said, come get my daughter, the daughter that you've always wanted to replace me with because you don't give a shit about me. I said, come pick her up right now. And they did. And so that's another thing that they used against me, to sit there and be like, yeah, we had to take temporary custody because she told us to. She told us to. Oh my God, so we had to. Do you know how many fucking times I've told that bitch to come get her fucking cat? Do you know how many times I've even told my dad? I've told my dad twice. and concluding I don't talk to my dad, and you don't stand up to my dad, and you don't tell my dad what to do. I've told my dad twice, I've said, I don't see why the hell y'all don't come and get that damn cat. And he said, because we don't give a shit about that damn cat. I don't like that damn cat. That damn cat ain't nothing but a problem. I hate cats. I don't want cats in my house. And yet what do they have in their house right now? A new little kitten. A new little kitten. But any fucking ways, I told my mom, ooh, God. I swear to God, I wish the end of the world would come, and before it completely comes and everybody fucking dies, I wish that people would wake up from their goddamn graves, because I guarantee you that her dad and her mom would slap the holy fucking blood out of her. Like, they would slap the living shit out of her. They would slap her goddamn colon and whatever she might have of a fucking, I don't know, any damn organs up in her. They'd slap everything out of her for the way that she's treated me. Her dad especially. He was in the Air Force. He'd probably be like, mutiny against your own damn family. Against your own damn kid, you bitch. Like, he would not stand for this. But any fucking ways. Oh, God damn it. But I've told her several times to come get her damn cat, and she wouldn't. Yet she'd sit there and shit talk me. And everybody let me know. Everybody was shit talking me, and everybody was talking shit and saying that I was a bad pet owner. And that the biggest reason that I was a bad pet owner was because of that cat in the crate. Yet nobody would take him in. Not a damn person. So then, and not even my grandmother. That's what I was getting at with my grandmother. My grandmother, I offered him. I begged her to take him. Please take him, Mama. He's so pitiful. He's so pitiful in this crate. I'd try to make it sound like it was even worse than what it was. I'd be like, he's so pitiful. He has no quality of life. He just walks around in a 2-foot space every day. He has no quality of life. He's pitiful. He's pitiful. And she said, well, you just need to put him to sleep. A cat that my parents spent a couple of hundred, if not $1,000 on, to have fucking eye surgery, to have one of his eyes removed, to have his other eye treated and taken care of. And I'm supposed to kill him when they done knew from the time he was a kitten that he was gonna be like that? And so I defended the damn cat, and I was like, okay, so if I go blind, y'all just gonna put a bullet in my head? And she's like, well, no, you're human. I said, oh, so you value human life over a pet's life? Well, yeah, because they're not the same as us. Oh, so they don't have a soul? Well, yeah, but Heather, you're not... If you had to pick between him and Ava, who would you pick? Well, obviously, yeah, I'm going to pick Ava. But at the same goddamn time, I'm not going to give up on him if I don't have to. If I could save both of them, I'm going to save both of them, damn it. So any fucking ways, she wouldn't take him in. Then we move in here, and she's all, oh, he's so precious, oh, he's so sweet, oh, he's so loving. And the thing was, too, her reasoning that she wouldn't take him. Oh, God, he's been living in a crate. I bet he's wild. I bet he's feral. I bet he's so mean. I bet he would just scratch me up. You need to get rid of him. He's a danger to Ava. What kind of mother are you to keep a cat like that that's so dangerous to your daughter? Just anything they can to fucking shit talk me. Every goddamn body. Every goddamn body. You're such a horrible person, Heather, taking in a crazy one-eyed cat. And then I move in here, and try to put him out on the back porch as soon as I get here. I'm like, hey, he's going to have a huge porch that he can live on. Now, that's good for him. And that's another thing, too. It's good for my dogs to have a yard to run in. It's good for my other cat to be able to get out and have some exercise in the yard from time to time. So I'm like, hey, okay, this is going to be good for them for as far as that. But at what cost? At the cost of everything dealing with me, but concluding I've always paid the price. What the fuck does it matter? Because like I said, if my landlord's giving me hell, making me feel uncomfortable, then why not live here and feel uncomfortable? And then they both lied to me. My grandmother and the landlord. Oh, you're going to feel comfortable. This place is going to be your home. My grandmother saying she was going to move out with her damn niece and get the fuck out of here and let me live here. So I'm sitting here going, how can I rearrange this furniture that way it functions? That's what I'm thinking the whole time as I'm moving in. How can I rearrange this furniture so it functions? And so whenever she leaves, I can rearrange it some, not a lot. But I can rearrange it more eventually if I buy the proper wrapping, to wrap it up, her stuff that I don't want in here. And then I thought about moving Jen and her kid in with me. And then I've thought about moving a few other people in with me. That way we could work on bills and stuff like that until I get stable and all this and everything. But no, she had to be a liar. Just like my landlord. Oh, this is your home. Feel at home. Feel at home. Okay. Can I fence in the side yard? I'll even pay for people from fucking Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you want, out of those two places to come put the fence in. That way it's put in properly. Because that's one thing she said to me whenever I told her. I was like, I can put it up. I was like, it won't be the best. I was like, but it'll be good enough. And she's like, oh, but it might not be sturdy and the dogs might push out and then they might bite somebody and then somebody might try to get onto me because it's my property even though it's your dog. And I'm like, no, they'll get onto me because it's my dog, And she's like, no, and all this other kinds of shit. Oh my God, I'm going to burn my fucking clothes. But anyways, I'll get into why in a fucking minute. Just piss me the fuck off. But, any goddamn ways, fucking hell, so I get lied to by my landlord because my landlord's like, oh, you're going to feel at home here. You're going to be so comfortable. Comfort. Make yourself at home. Okay, can I have the yard fenced in? Yeah. Okay, can I paint the walls? I even discussed that before we signed the lease. And I said, I just want to paint one room, my kids. I said, and I want to paint it a real light lavender, And I said, because she told me whenever I said that, she said, oh, you can't paint. And I said, I can't. And she said, well, you can as long as it's light colors. And then I thought real quick on my feet, and I was like, because my daughter likes purple, so I was like, well, I'll just paint it a light lavender. And I said, and I'll make it as light as I can, I'll make it to where it's it's noticeable that it's still purple, but it'll be like the lightest hue of purple that you could ever see. I said, because I don't like dark colors anyways, because it makes the room darker and shit. And I told her about how my grandmother has burgundy fucking carpet, and I fucking hate this shit. And about how the house we grew up in was wood paneling. I don't like dark colors. But, any fucking ways, so she's like, yeah, that's fine, And then every time I hung a picture, she'd come in, she'd be like, oh, I see you hung more pictures. Oh, I see you hung more pictures. Oh, I see you hung more pictures. It's like, yeah, as long as I'm hanging them with the fucking picture hangers and hooks that you fucking gave me, or not gave me, shit, that you told me to get. That's what it was. She told me to get them. Because I asked her flat out, I was like completely lost on what the hell she meant. Because she's like, yeah, we can't have any nail holes in the wall. If you've ever looked at a picture hanger, guess what it is? It's a hook with a tiny ass little nail that goes in it. It's a nail, not a staple. It's a nail. But any fucking ways. So either way, my life is shit. Either way, it didn't matter where the fuck I was living. Either way, I'm getting lied to. Either way, I have both of them being like, you can feel it at home and make yourself at home and just be so relaxed. And, you're a tenant paying rent, and so you can feel at home. And then my grandmother being like, I know you've had it rough, especially since they took your kid from you, and I wasn't part of it. Well, you wasn't part of stopping the shit neither. You didn't call me up. You didn't text me and say, hey, come get me and I'll testify on your behalf in court. She still hasn't said that shit to me. And she wants to tell me she's on my side. She hasn't looked at me and said, Heather, if you need me to testify on your behalf, I would. I hope you know that. She hasn't said that to me. I might die of a stroke if she did, in all honesty. But any fucking ways. So it was a toss-up. Of where the fuck to live. And concluding this is my family, as shitty as it is, it's still my family. I'm still used to it. Just like I said about me gonna burn my fucking clothes. This woman sits here, I only do laundry. I only do about 1 load of laundry once every week or once every 2 weeks. That's all that I need to do, laundry. Okay, good for you. Right now, my laundry has been sitting in the dryer for 2 or 3 days. It's just sitting there. It ain't hurting nobody, right? It ain't hurting nobody, right? It's not been a week. And the thing is she did a load of laundry the day before me. So it's only been 4 days since she done a load of laundry. She's told me religiously her whole fucking life how she only does laundry 1 day out of the week. Religiously. The whole 30 years I've been alive. I only do 1 load of laundry. I only do laundry 1 day out of the whole week. Even if she's got several loads, she tries to do them all in 1 damn day. So 4 days ago, she did her laundry. 4 days ago, she's like, can you get your laundry out? Because I had laundry in the fucking dryer then. I did. And in the washing machine. And what I had in the washing machine wasn't even mine. It was hers. I had to wash her damn towels that was in a fucking drawer in there because it's got damn rat turds all over it. So any fucking ways. Supposedly she don't ever do damn laundry. Or what the hell ever. Yet she thinks I can't hear her open a damn laundry, the dryer door. And anybody that's ever heard a damn dryer door or even a washing machine door open and close, they have a specific sound to them. They have a specific sound that you cannot mistake for something else. And so she went in there just now in the past few minutes of me sitting here making this video. I guess to let me know that she's alive and she's listening. I don't know. But anyways, she went in there and she opened that damn dryer door again in that washing machine. Why? You ain't doing laundry. You told me you don't do it except for once a week. It's only been 4 days since you done your last load. And see, one thing about me is I've put up with their shit for so fucking long, my whole goddamn family and every fucking body, that when they do shit like that to me, when they sit there and they've bold-faced lied to me and they say, well, we don't care what you do about this and that, and so they supposedly don't care, and so the gist of everything right now is she only does laundry once a week. She done laundry 4 days ago. That still gives me 3 days to get my laundry out of the fucking dryer. But every morning since, she's been going and she's been opening the door and looking and seeing. Because she's a nosy busybody and gotta know everything. Gotta know that I done laundry. Who knows, maybe she sniffs my underwear too. I have no fucking clue. I'm sorry, but I'm being a smart ass. But any fucking ways, she's gotta go see. Why? Why? And it pisses me off so goddamn bad that I get so mad about it on the inside. And then it's like something in my brain to deflect me, to protect me emotionally. I mean, not deflect me, but deflect the situation and to protect me emotionally from the way that I was raised and the way that I had to do things that way I could survive. So I literally fucking forget and block it out and forget that I even have laundry in the goddamn dryer for the rest of the fucking day. If I wasn't sitting here talking about it right now, and I had nobody to converse with, it about, and talk to or conversate with, about the situation, which I don't. And if I wasn't making a YouTube video talking about it, then I literally would sit here, have heard her, got so mad, just turned over and been like, fuck it. And then woke up, I would have went back to sleep and I would have woke up and I literally would have forgot about it all day until like fucking time for me to go to bed. And then me just be like, shit. And be like, well, I'll do it tomorrow. It's not that I hadn't thought about it. It's that you're beating me to it, thinking for me, or what the fuck ever, and I don't like that shit. Or something. I don't know why my brain does that. That's just like the fucking dishes. I'm not doing the damn dishes unless I absolutely fucking have to. I'm just not. And if I absolutely fucking have to, then I will. And the thing is she told me her damn self that sometimes she doesn't do the dishes until in the morning. So if she can do that, then why the hell can't I? And then concluding my night's later than hers, but her morning's earlier than mine. It's on her if she ends up doing the dishes before me. It's on her if the dishes get done, at the time that she wants them done. And then even at that, I didn't agree to that. I didn't say, well, yeah, me too. Sometimes I'll leave the dishes at night too and don't do them till the morning. Hell, sometimes I'll leave dishes for 2 and 3 damn days because there ain't enough to damn do. There ain't enough to run the damn water. At least that's my opinion. And fucking hell, I'm entitled to it. But she's been leaving the dishes saying to me, I left the water in there. That way you can do the dishes before you go to bed. And I've done them like maybe 1 or 2 nights. But the rest of the time I just let the water out. Because here we go again. Somebody trying to fucking micromanage my daily life. The abusive tactics of everything in my family and the way that they micromanage everything. That way they feel in control because they're so goddamn narcissistic and shit and every fucking thing. And, so I would think on it, right after she would say it, she'd be like, hey, will you do the dishes tonight before you go to bed? Will you finish up your dishes? Will you finish? I'm going to leave the water. And I'll be like, yeah. And then I get so mad about it that I'm just like, why the fuck are you telling me to do the dishes? I have a fork and a cup. And you're telling me to wash them tonight. Yet you told me yourself that sometimes you wait and don't do your dishes until in the morning. And yeah, you left the water. But who says that I want to do the dishes right now? Who says that I feel like it when I'm sitting here actually trying to watch TV, something that you're not capable of? She's not. She's not. She can watch a whole episode of fucking Family Feud, and I swear to God, you could ask her what was going on, and she'd be like, I don't know. I mean, she could tell you maybe the past 15 minutes of it, but for as far as the whole episode, you're shot. And she's always been like that. It's not something that just happened with old age. And then that's the thing, too, that I noticed the last time I was living here. And even the time before that. And even when I was younger, whenever times were changing. She can't keep up with even old movies, black and white movies, when they change back and forth from one scenario or something to another. She can't keep up with it. She'll mistake the people for each other. She'll ask who they are and how they're involved. She can't understand that there's division sometimes till the end. She can't understand that the resolution is not within sight, or the solution, or however you want to word it. She can't stand that. She can't understand it. Her brain can't process it or something. I don't know. Because if you give her a movie and say they got 4 different couples that are all going to a fucking camp for divorcees or something to save their marriage, yet at the beginning of the movie it's like, here's this couple, John and Jane, and here's this couple, Kyle and Kylie, you know, and here's this couple, you know, Lucy and Luke, and here's this couple, you know, I don't know, Peter and Petunia, or what the fuck ever, and here's these 4 couples, and it introduces them like that, then she might be okay for the first little bit because it introduced them. But if it just starts off and it's like the divorced gang, you know, say that's what it's called or something. And so you got these people, you know, and it's like it just shows a glimpse of this marriage and them packing and getting ready, a glimpse of this marriage, them in the car driving to the place, talking about the place. This couple here, you know, already there picking out a room, and this couple here, you know, they're outside, but say they're the kind of the funny comical couple, and so they're having a hard time because their fucking suitcase exploded in the back of the damn trunk, and it had something in it that got stuck in the fucking trunk, and they're having to beat it out of the goddamn trunk, or what the fuck ever, or some shit. Or say one of them brought some, I don't know, liquid foundation, and they brought a bunch of it because they're a makeup junkie, and so the shit went everywhere, or whatever. And they're having to clean it or something. But, her brain might catch that they're all going to the same place if you're lucky. But then let's say that it keeps showing them as their separate couples in their rooms, or it keeps showing them, you know, separate, like in front of a video vlog, you know, they have their own video, just like the TV reality and all that people do, where they sit separate and talk about their teammates and shit like that. If it's not going back to them as a group and them as a couple, as couples at the fucking divorce place or whatever, at the fucking camp, the divorce camp, if it's not showing them on a regular basis, and I mean like every 5 minutes, she's not going to be able to keep up with it. She has no idea what the fuck is going on. And even if you try to explain it to her, because she's so fucking prideful, she's so fucking caught up in, I know, she won't even listen to you. She is incapable of listening to direction. She's incapable of listening to direction. She's never learned to listen to direction. She doesn't trust anybody for them to give her direction. She thinks that you're going to... Now, this is fucked up. This is really fucked up. I want to talk about me being fucked up and my damn trust issues. She won't even trust me to tell her the storyline of a movie. And I know because I've had this conversation with her. I'm not pulling this shit out of my ass. This is facts. Because one time we was watching some type of movie like that, and I'm like, Mamo, I'm like, this person's that, and that person's this, and would you just listen to me? No, it's not. No, it's not. That's that other one. Because there was these 2 guys that looked alike that had blonde hair. That's that other one, and I know it is, and I know his daddy, and his daddy used to be an actor, and his mommy, and his this, and his that, and da-da-da-da-da, and that's him. And I said, no, Mamo. I said, they just look alike. They just look a lot alike. I said, you know how, and I gave like a real life example. I don't remember who I used. I was like, but you know how sometimes people just kind of look alike? I said, they just look alike. I said, that is not him. Because she said she didn't understand the words that was coming out of his mouth. Because what it was is from the time that she got up to go check on her food to sit back down, they had switched from this first couple A, if you will, that had this blonde-headed guy that she knew and knew his daddy and knew his daddy was an actor and his mama was an actor and all this. She knew him, but they switched back to couple, let's say C or B or whatever. And this other guy that looks similar, you know, but he's talking about different things. And she's like, wait, what's he saying? Wait, I don't understand why he's saying that. Wait, what did I miss? And so I was like, you didn't miss anything. It switched over to them and, this guy. And he's saying this about his relationship with his wife or his relationship with his parent or whatever the situation was in the goddamn movie. Because I don't remember. It's been years ago. And she's like, no. And I'm like, yes. And she's like, no. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, where's his wife or where's his so-and-so? And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, he don't have one. And she's like, yeah, he does. And I'm like, no, he don't. And she's like, yeah, he does. I've been sitting here watching the movie the whole damn time. I was like, no, he don't. And then I had to sit there for a second, and then it dawned on me that she was confusing him with the other guy. And I was like, oh, you're getting him confused with this other guy. And she's like, no. She's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, yeah, you are. And she's like, no, I'm not. And so she went on defending herself about that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And I'm just like sitting there for a minute, and I'm like, oh God, I can't argue with her because she's not gonna listen. And then she asked me, she's like, who is he talking about? What's he talking about? And so then I tried to tell her everything he was saying, and she's like, shh, I'm trying to hear what he's talking about, what he's saying. It's not making any sense to what he just said. And I'm like, because it's not the same damn person. It's two different people. It's two different scenarios going on. So finally it switched back over, and when it did, she said, oh, okay. Well, you were right. You were telling me the truth. You were right. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I was pissed at this point in time, because she just kept on throughout the whole rest of the movie, which went on for like a whole fucking another hour. So about every 15 minutes, she'd be like, you were right. And I'd be like, yeah, I told you. And she'd be like, yeah, I didn't know. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And she just, would randomly every 15 minutes, so 4 damn times, after she went on harping for like 2 minutes. Oh, you were right. You were telling the truth. You were being honest. You were right. And I'm like, yeah. And then about, 4 more times randomly, if you will, every 15 minutes or whatever, she's like, well, you were right. And I'm like, yep, told you. Yep, I know. Yep, I tried to tell you. Yep, you wouldn't listen. So finally, we're sitting there like an hour later after the movie goes off. And I don't want to be talked to. You just disrespected the shit out of me. Fuck you, like, no. You can't even believe me over a movie. So what does that say that you think about me as a person? So anyways, I'm just like, whatever. Sitting there trying to just be in my own little bubble. I'm upset, don't want to be talked to, and she just keeps talking to me. You seem mad. Why are you mad? You seem mad. You seem upset. Why are you mad? Why are you upset? I'm not. I'm just irritated. Okay, well, why are you irritated? This is going on, just random kinda. In little spurts, She'll sit there for a few minutes like she's actually trying to think. But in all honesty, she's not. Or at least not in my opinion. Why are you upset? Why are you angry? I just am. I'm just irritated. I'm just irritable today. I just got upset. I just got mad. I'm trying to get her to leave me the fuck alone by saying that. Like, it is what it is. Just leave it alone. Because I done know you. I've done lived with you. I done know you enough that you're not going to give a shit. So it's easier to just put it all on me. I am upset. End of subject. Well, anyways, so, she fucking kept on. And so finally I was like, you really want to know why I'm mad? And she's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, because this movie and what you said, and you didn't believe me. And she started laughing and smiling and being like, oh, you're mad at me for that? I don't understand. I can't believe you're mad at me for that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's so silly that you're mad at me for that. You shouldn't be mad at me for that. Heather, I'm old. Get over it. God, I'm old. I can't help it. I said, you might not be able to help your memory. I said, but for as far as the way that you treated me and the way that you talked to me,
I said, you could have handled that better. I said, because you made me feel like you thought I was a dumbass. And that you thought that I would lie to you about something as simple as a fucking movie. I said, why the hell would I lie to you about a movie? I said, did we make a bet on the movie? You know, I said, what would me lying about the movie have benefited me in any way, shape, or form? I was like, why would you even think that? And I was like, so yeah, I'm mad. And she still is just, well, I don't understand why you're so mad about that, Lord. And I'm like, because you're basically calling me a liar even over a goddamn movie. I said, do you really not trust me to even tell you what the hell's going on in a fucking movie? She sat there for a few minutes. And then she's like, well, Heather, I didn't say that. I said, yeah, you did. Because you're not believing in me. You have no faith, no trust in me whatsoever. And then she kind of popped off about me not having faith or trusting in her whenever it came to my kid, because this is when my kid was living here, and about how she could drown out in the water. And I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? How the fuck have I said that? I've never looked at you and said, no, my daughter can't drown in water now. She's Jesus' child. I said, I never said that to you. I said, so what the fuck are you getting at? And she's like, well, you treat me with such disrespect, and you're so mean and so hateful about it, and you let Ava go and play in that water. Because there's like a wading area out here, I guess is the best way to word it. And I'm like, if Ava drowns in 2-foot water while I'm sitting right there on the fucking embankment, if you will, then, you know, it happens, but I hope like hell it doesn't, and I'm not going to stop my kid from wading in fucking water and having fun. I was like, but I never looked at you and said that there's not a possibility that she's going to drown. I said, but at the same damn time, I'm not going to sit there and stop her because there's a possibility that something bad can happen. I said, that's hugely different from just trusting somebody for as far as something that is actually going on and happening. I said, the movie and what was happening in the movie was actually occurring at that moment in time when we were sitting there watching it. I said, Ava has yet to drown out here, or even attempt to drown in any way, shape, or form, has even put her head near the fucking water. I said, so it's irrelevant. And she still couldn't process that. So then she just smarted off to me as I'm trying to talk to her about that and explain how those two things are completely different. And she just smarted off to me, well, yeah, I don't trust you to tell me the truth about a movie. I said, why the hell not? Why would I lie to you about that? And she's like, well, I don't trust anybody with anything, to be honest. So you're not left out of the loop. So don't feel left out of the loop. I don't trust anybody to do anything right by me. Okay. Fine. And I just left it there because that's a personal problem. But that's what I got to deal with. That's what I'm living with right now. Lord help me. But anyways, for as far as living here or there, it was pretty much a toss-up. To a degree. At least I'm getting some sleep, even if I am being woke up on purpose, and even if the heat is being maybe cut up or something, I don't know. Because the heat, I know, has been on 2 or 3 times just within this hour. Last night, it was way colder than it is now, and the heat was coming on maybe once every hour and a half. And that's something that I'm wondering if she's doing too. I'm wondering if she's cutting the heat up, or if it's just the way that the heat is set here because it's an old ass trailer. And plus, I've been noticing that when I sleep at night and stuff, like sometimes I wake up and it's like I've been sweating. It's like that clammy, you know, like you're sick, you know. But anyways, I don't know. I just hate that my kid is gone so fucking much. I've hated it the whole fucking time. It has put such a huge damper on everything, and that's just my parents and their manipulation to fucking control shit. And everything's just all kind of screwed up, and I feel so bad kind of getting on here just bitching about all my negative stuff and all the bad shit and everything, but fucking hell, I have no other outlet to talk about it and do things about it and do anything about it. I can't even go and unpack my boxes to look for my damn TV remote without my grandmother wondering what the fuck I'm doing. And not just wondering, because you'd figure, oh, well, if they're just wondering, then just tell them. So I could tell her and be like, I'm looking for this. And she'd be like, you are? And I'll be like, yeah. And then she'd be like, you found it yet? Every 15 minutes. And then she'd be like, you need me to help you? And then she'd get on the phone with whoever called. Somebody would call today. Everybody calls her. She at least gets 2 phone calls a day, supposedly. So during those 2 phone calls, she'd be like, well, Heather's been out in her boxes looking for this. And then from there, my family is going to ting, ding, 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 ping, 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 and everything. Just, oh, Heather's looking for something out in her boxes. That's all she cares about is herself and going out and looking in her boxes. And here's my poor mama sitting there and ain't got no company. And she's such a greedy little bitch. But anything that they can do to make me look like I'm a horrible person, anything that they can say against me, they're going to. Because that's what people do to the scapegoated child. Oh my fucking God, is it? Like, to hear my family speak like I might as well be Satan. Like, legit. Like, that's how horrible I am. And then when I've said that to them over the years, then that's when, especially if we're sitting like solo, one-on-one, like me with my mom or me with my dad, that's when they're like, well, we don't really think that about you. And I'm like, okay, then why do you tell people shitty stuff about me? Why do you lie about me? Why do you tell people that I'm lazy, that I don't ever do anything, that I'm never there for you? Well, that one time. Okay, Dad, what about that one time you touched me inappropriately? And what about that one time you beat me? See, that's the thing that they're not understanding is, your children mirror you, So if my parents are going to sit there and that one time, that every time I done something negative, then all I'm going to notice when I look back at my childhood, even though I sit here and I try so fucking hard to focus on the good things and be like, I remember learning how to play football from my dad, but also some of the boys at school. I remember how to play baseball and hit a ball and throw a curveball from my dad. And I remember that one time that we actually had fun until something happened, then he screamed at us, but I try, holy shit do I try, but there's so many bad memories. And so it's like that one time, and that's the thing too, is there's so many bad memories. But with me, there's supposedly so many times that I didn't do the dishes, if you will, for instance, right now, or I didn't get the laundry out of the dryer even though nobody's doing laundry today, for instance, or whatever, that's who I am religiously, says them, because they put me in a box, and they can't go, you know what, maybe she's just feeling bad, maybe she's just tired, maybe she just keeps forgetting. And then I can't keep forgetting for a while and then step outside of the box and be like, you know what, I'm going to do laundry on Mondays every day, and this and that. And my grandmother, I guarantee you, if she's sitting around listening to me and hears me say that right now, she'll get on the phone and say, well, Heather told me, even though I haven't. She'll say, well, Heather told me that she's only going to do laundry on Mondays. And then I'll go and do laundry, on fucking Saturday one day, and she'll be like, Heather's fucking liar. Heather's fucking piece of shit. Heather told me she was going to do laundry on Mondays, and now she's doing it on Saturday. And it's like, I didn't even say shit to you. I didn't even talk to you. You're such a nosy busybody. I didn't even fucking talk to you. I did not say that. And it's like the whole, hypothesis, if you will, or whatever, of situations, I guess, where it's like my parents were always, well, maybe one day we'll take you to Six Flags. Well, maybe one day we'll take you here. Well, maybe one day we'll take you to Disneyland. Well, maybe one day we'll take you here. We'll do this, or maybe we'll go on a picnic wherever you want. Or maybe one day on your actual birthday we'll do something and go somewhere for your birthday like we did your sister's. Because I used to get really mad about that. They'd do stuff on my sister's birthday, but they would never do anything on my birthday. And then my dad tried to say it's because it was around the 4th of July. My birthday ain't till the 28th. So you got 24 extra days to get away from the 4th of July shit. So drop your lies, buddy. Drop them. But, any fucking ways. I just can't. But they sit there and they'd be like, we're going to, maybe, and I'd be like, okay, and I would believe them, because that's who I am in the family, and that makes me come across as a dumbass. And see, that whole even TV shit with my grandmother and her not being able to believe me, I could walk into a room as a kid and go, hey, what's this about? And them being the sarcastic, dry-humored son of a bitches that they are, and just assholes just trying to target and make fun of other people. That way they feel good about their life, or whatever. Like, say, I walked in and I seen 2 kids and a mom and a dad, and I said, hey, what's this about? They'd say, oh, it's about this family that they end up killing their kids and eating them, or, it's about this family that they're all going to get in a train wreck and die, and then they're going to come back as ghosts, or some shit. They would lie to me. And then I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh, that sounds really interesting. That sounds really scary or really funny or really weird or really like something I might be really interested in watching. I'd sit there and I'd get into the movie. Hell, 45 minutes later, it's just a regular ass movie, and talking about family problems. And that's the thing, too, that I do not get, is that my mom, especially, now, I don't know, she kind of lives in a fantasy land. She's kind of like the people that are caught up in soap operas and literally think that that's the way that life is supposed to be. And see, that's another thing, too. You're feeding into the delusion, Courts. You're feeding into the delusion of a woman that thinks that your life is supposed to be like a soap opera. And see, my dad is like Stefano DiMera, I guess you'd say, for as far as Days of Our Lives. He's the cruel one that's supposed to sneak out of nowhere, and you're not supposed to ever expect that he would ever be mean or do anything mean. And he just keeps doing all this mean shit. That's my dad. And my mom's supposed to be, in her mind, like fucking, what's her name? Oh, fuck. What is her name? I don't even know her real name. I don't even know Stefano's real name anymore. I used to watch it with my mom. Fuck, what is her name? It starts with an M. Not Meredith, not... Fuck. Marlena. My mom's supposed to be Marlena, or Hope. Out of Bo and Hope. That's who my mom thinks that she is. She's supposed to be the princess, and she's supposed to be the one that always has to be saved, and she's so sweet and innocent. So, no, she's Marlena. She's Marlena. But then, she has the conniving, because Marlena has that, that wisdom, or whatever. And so that's what my mom has to stay on her feet and dealing with Stefano and dealing with my dad, And so that's the whole reason. That's another reason that they wanted to take my kid from me, is because they got to be caught up in the drama. And you just fed the fuck into it. And then that's the thing, too. My aunt sitting there that has cancer, that's my mom's sister. Oh, she's wanting to be caught up in this drama, too. See, she didn't have any because her grandsons, all except for the one that lives with her and her granddaughter, they've practically stepped out of her life. They'll talk to her, they'll be respectful, they'll talk to her on conversation levels, but they've done learned how fucked up their family is, that they don't want to tell her about their actual lives and what the fuck's going on with them no more. Not unless they're trying to manipulate her, because she's always manipulated them. And she has. And see, her daughter died. Her daughter that she drove insane, basically. And drove her to doing and living a life that, I guarantee you that if she would have been raised by somebody else, she wouldn't have lived the life that she lived. She would have been a hell of a lot better, more stable person. She just would have. I don't even care if supposedly if she was diagnosed as a fucking paranoid schizophrenic. She would have lived a better life with a mother that could love her through that versus a mother that belittled her and made fun of her and picked on her for it. which is exactly what her mom did to her. And see, that's the thing too, is my aunt is all wrapped up in the whole beauty of everything. And she threw off on Ava, calling Ava ugly. My daughter. She called my daughter ugly when my daughter was 2. That way it went against her granddaughter, because her granddaughter that she has is supposed to be the most beautiful person on the face of the planet. So she had to throw off and insult my daughter, because they're both kind of around the same age. Then again, not. Like, her granddaughter's like anywhere from 5 to 7 years older than my kid. But she just had to insult my kid because my kid was next in line or whatever for as far as the females. So she had to insult her and be like, oh, this ugly kid over here. And now she's seen that my daughter growed up to be a beautiful child, and then she wasn't able to be part of her granddaughter's life like she wanted to. So since she's found out she's got cancer, and she's been sitting here, kind of having to think about that and the big picture of life and stuff, and step outside of her own selfishness, it's like, oh, your daughter is beautiful. And she started kind of slithering into my life, writing my kid on Facebook, oh, I love you, you're so beautiful. I'm like, where the fuck was those messages when you was younger? You've had a Facebook since you were like itty bitty, and then even at that, she's had your phone number. Where's the cards? Where's the letters? Where's her coming to all your birthdays? Oh, she was sick with cancer. Okay, we'll forgive her. But she's still even more sick with cancer now, and she can tell you that you're beautiful, she loves you, send you money, send you cards and all this, when she's just as sick now, but she couldn't before, she couldn't even call you and tell you that she loved you. And instead, when you were 2, she told you that you were ugly. And it's like, so it's just all the fucking drama and shit, because they live in a deluded world where they think that their life is supposed to be like a damn soap opera. But I gotta go ahead and end it here. I hope everybody's doing good, and hit me up on Facebook Messenger if you need somebody to talk to, and I'll catch you later. Bye.